Hey everybody, how's it going today? Hope everyone's doing really good and having a great day today. I'm just in the studio here, checking out the aftermath from yesterday's jam. I'm just kidding, it's not bad at all. Everybody picked up their stuff, rolled the cords up and everything, so it makes it really nice. It makes it nice for them too, you don't have to carry any gear or anything to play here. You can usually find something that feels good to play as far as guitars and basses, and everybody loves the drum set, so that's just kind of a turnkey thing. Anyway, I think the Telecaster here took it worse than anybody. uh, I was playing a guitar solo, and we were headed to places we hadn't really been before. It was really ramping up really nice. And man, I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to that note, and I could have just slid to it. I don't know why I don't think like that. I'd maybe go up a half step and then bend to it, but I sent that note right to the ceiling, and I knew it was going to happen. Ping! There it went. The string went. Amazingly, the guitar is still in tune. Close. I was able to finish the song anyway. That's pretty remarkable on a guitar like this. Usually it's bad. With a lock and nut on there, usually is doable, but you'll tell she made it through anyway. So we had a lot of fun. It was, I've jammed with my neighbor was over playing guitar, TJ, and the same bass player that usually plays with us, Matt. And an old buddy got on the drum set yesterday. His name's Dave, and he has a unique thing. He's left-handed, right? So he plays the right-handed kit. He just moves one ride cymbal over here, and that's it. And it's really unique stuff, that the combinations he comes up with being, a southpaw. So it's always fun and interesting to play with people like that. Also, the bass player is left-handed too. We had a discussion about that outside about which side of your brain controls which side of your body, and maybe there is a science to that. Those guys did play really well together, which doesn't surprise me. They're good players, but it was fun nonetheless. I did post a little couple minute clip of us playing. I think it was the Sissy Strut by the Meters, and the drummer had never heard that song in his life. I'm not kidding you. And we all know, I know what that drum beat entails. That's pretty tricky. Uh, Man, he did it though, and it was interesting. The stuff he does, it's just crazy. And he's a groove machine. He loves to, get right in there and just stay right in that groove and pocket, which we all do. So anyway, I'm gonna put a new one on the telly here. It's about due for a new set. I can feel some little bumps starting to happen underneath the strings. So I probably will restring the whole thing right now, but I want to try these out. I bought these on eBay. Make a string. It's not MAGA, but it's Maka, M-A-K-A, Make a string. These are all 9-gauge E strings. I think there's 20 in here. And, I do break E strings a lot. I could snap 10s easy too, but, I just have to keep it in mind and not try to drive them right to the moon. But, it happens, and a lot of times, I've got a lot of packages of strings with the 9 missing, is what I'm getting at. So I'm going to try these. Now, I've tried some cheap strings before. They were Donner brand, Donner. Don't waste your money. They were really cheesy, in my opinion. Just a word for the warning. Anyway, we'll see what these are like. You know, at least it will unwind and stay in a straight line. Now the Donner strings that I bought, they wouldn't come up. They were always curled up like a slinky. They would just bloop right back, really chintzy. So I just wanted to add that so you guys don't waste your money on him. I forgot this was a top loader, and I forgot my glasses too, which is a real deal breaker. But I got it in there, I think. Um, yeah, just by luck, I slid her through. So, yeah, we had a great time, and I want to share some more of that stuff too. I did shoot some other videos, and the first thing that we jammed was just an idea that I had. Actually, the other day, a couple videos back, I hooked up a microphone so you guys could hear me, speaking and stuff. And in that video, I sat down. I didn't know what to play. I hit that thing like that on the tally and come up with some little riff there. And so I sprung that on the boys, right out of the gate. So, let's try this. None of us know it, so we're all on the same playing field. And about 15, 20 minutes of just kind of hashing out some different parts. Immediately, the bass player come up with a bridge, and we come up with another section too to add to the riff and everything. And boom, we had a song. It was amazing. So I did set the camera up and capture that. I'm not going to probably share that right now. I'm just going to, share it with them for now, and let them kind of work them parts out too. When we get it all together, maybe I'll shoot a video of it. And then we jammed the Sissy Strat and a couple other things, and then we just kind of wung it. Well, how it started was me and my friend TJ was sitting there just talking about guitar parts or whatever, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden I hit this chord, and then I hit another chord, and he's like, "Wow!" I was like, "Yeah." So we worked out that really quick, and then we took a break, and luckily we were able to remember it when we come back, and then I set the camera up and captured that too. Really cool stuff. And so we wrote 2 songs in less than an hour, honestly, probably maybe an hour, tops. But I did capture both of them, which is really awesome. I think they're going to be definitely, worthy of, pushing it to the next level and trying to make something out of them. So, we experiment with, tempo and stuff like that, and we'll play it if it feels, hard to play and draggy. The next attempt, we'll, let's play it fast just to see if that works. And we'd play it like more than double time what we were playing sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes you just get that perfect. And immediately it changes the whole feel, the groove, the vibe, the way you play. It's really amazing how much tempo and meter really affect what you're doing, You can take a great riff and a great chord progression and just have the wrong tempo and the wrong feel. And a lot of people just immediately will just push it away and say, "Yeah, that's no good." But my advice is this, try it slow, try it medium, try it fast, try a different beat, different feel, maybe a different meter, that kind of stuff. And usually you can feel the difference if you try it fast. And it's, even if it's too fast, it might feel better than playing it really slow. Playing really slow to me is difficult, especially drumming. And, man, it's like, it can be almost painful sometimes, and I've had that happen on stage where you started the song out, of the drummer counted it off, or I did, and it was too slow. And, oh man, you're committed then. And then it's got to be kind of a wink and a nod and try to speed it up gradually, or you just got to stay there and deal with it. So In any case, we do experiment with that kind of stuff quite a bit, and I recommend it. Like I said, it will. A lot of times it'll work itself out, and you'll have something really cool. Man, I really wished I had my glasses, but all right. Let's see. Boy, when I was young, that was so awesome. I could pretty much do this in the dark on stage in a matter of seconds, but as we get older, well, I got lucky. Okay, so yeah, as we get older, that gets harder and harder. So I don't know if I've ever discussed like stringing guitars with you guys or how I do it, but I don't do any luthier knots or anything like that. I don't wrap it one over and then wrap the rest below. I just wrap them on there, exactly like you'd find one in the store. And you just got to get the right amount of wraps. That's really the biggest thing. Because if you don't get the right amount of wraps, and it does affect how much pressure goes on the nut, that kind of thing. And if you put too many on it, and the string kind of wraps over itself again, that's no good either, because then when you try to tune it, you got to remember the tuning, the peg head where you put your string through is a certain diameter. When you wrap it all the way and then the string starts wrapping it over itself, now you've changed the gear ratio of the tuning peg because it's enlarged, and it can be really difficult to get it in tune, you know what I mean? So I try to usually just I like to get them wrapped down so that it's putting some nice down pressure on the nut. Even if I have locking tuners on a guitar, I'll take a few wraps around the post, just like that, and then wind it up, and then it will cut it. I have some that cut the string and that stuff too, but I don't like to have just sometimes with those, you don't even put a wrap around it. It just sticks through and it stays there, and they work great. But what it does is it keeps the string high, as it breaks over the nut. If I wind them down, I get more nut pressure. That's the whole science behind it, or at least my science. So tune it up to pitch and give her a good stretch. I don't even play the guitar until I get all this done, because I don't want to dent the bottom of the string on the fret wire, and then that dents in the middle of the fret, in between the fret wires, and just I think the best way is to really just stretch it out really well. I give it a pretty good tug all the way across the string. I bend it behind the nut. And I'll keep doing this until it doesn't bend, stretch anymore. It's getting close. Right now, I could hear it. See, it hasn't bent much. So that's my theory behind it anyway, and I hope that helps. I am going to try to start jamming with these guys like maybe once a week or every other week, and they would seem to be on board with it too. So we're not getting any younger. We're all pretty much the same age, within a few years apart, and we've played with each other over the years in different lineups and whatnot. So it's kind of familiar ground. You know what to expect with each musician and that kind of thing. So we don't have to spend a lot of time figuring out what each other's style is and that kind of stuff. So we all kind of click together. Me and TJ was talking about, we did a lot of this in bands, like playing Allman Brothers tunes. We'd we'd split one guy would play the melody line, one would play the harmony line, and we really enjoy doing that stuff. We don't want to each play the same thing or in the same register either. So, like if one guy's playing an A9, somebody will play that down here, or even an A7 chord, so we're not just blasting out the same frequency range in the mix, okay? So when you play, one guy plays that, one guy plays that, especially if you're split, spread out on the stage, that just fills the sound and really makes it nice. And when you do anything involved with punches, stuff like that. So if you're playing inversions, if you have two guitar players in your band, it's good to work out those inversions. If the song feels like you could, put a harmony line against each other or something like that. You can't do it in every song, but you have to be tasty about that stuff. And we seem to have a pretty good grip on it. We should. We've been doing it a long time. So, again, it's different when you get a different lineup together, which I really enjoy. I love playing with different people. It makes you a better player as well, because it teaches you how to be a good listener first of all, and pay attention to what everybody's doing. I've been in bands where we were playing cover songs, 40 or 50 of them a night. We did it for 5 years. We had about 150 tunes down. We'd play different. If we played a 2-night show, we'd play different songs the second night, which was fun. But we did it so much it just got to be boring, and we could do it basically with our eyes closed, and it just wasn't that challenge. I love the dangerous feeling of the unexplored, I guess is the best way to put it. And, the guys I play with, they know that for sure, and they're not scared to go out on that limb either. So I have to kind of, get involved with people. I'm not saying I can't play just basic stuff, and it feels good. If it feels good, it is good, but I just love jamming with no direction and seeing what happens. Taking all these different styles that show up in the room, and sometimes it's a struggle, but sometimes it just turns into greatness, really. Like I said, now yesterday we came up with 2 original tunes in less than an hour, which was just, I've seen it and been there and done it, but it doesn't happen every time that you get in the jam room. And it was just the way it went yesterday. We really didn't even talk about it much. We just started doing it, and it turned out quite well. So I'm really happy about that. It was much needed. I needed something to just kind of give me a little uplift in here. I know some of you guys may not know, but I've got a tumor on my kidney, and I'm trying to get that straightened out. I'm waiting to hear what they're going to do and how they're going to, approach it. So hopefully I'll get that information this week, and hopefully I'm not like laid up for a long time or whatever. So there's 2 different options. I'm going to try the least invasive one, hopefully first, if they can. If they can't, then we'll see. I'll keep you guys in the loop, and like I told you guys before, there could be some intermittent times on my channel where I'm not posting every day, but I'll try to do what I can, and hopefully that will go well, and I can just keep right on rolling like a wheel. All right, folks. Well, I think these strings are okay. These aren't the cheap feeling ones, like I told you. The Donner, Donner, and I'm not like trying to black eye these people, but or try to push their business away from them, but they just were really bad. And I bought like 10 sets of them, and every set was just, they were trash. I hate to say it, but and then you think about that, like, how can they be junk? They make guitar strings the same way, right? So the nines, the 9 gauge string on the Donner brand felt like a 7, really, and it wouldn't stay uncoiled. It wouldn't When I uncoiled it, it wouldn't just lay flat in a straight line. It was just like a slinky. I was like, oh boy, I got stuck. So I opened another package up and tried that one. I took the E out and same thing. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. So, that was my bad and my loss. I want to share this stuff because I don't like getting ripped off, and I don't think you guys need to be ripped off either. But these here seem to be okay. I've never bought a whole set. So yeah, there's 20 in a package, and I think I paid. I'll look it up later and I'll leave it in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it was around $14 with shipping for 20. So less than $1 a string. That's not bad. And like I said, for me, a lot of times the strings won't really be worn out, but if stuff ramping up to greatness and you got to go to that extreme and flip the coin on that big super bend you're doing, whether or not it's going to break or not. But again, I'm not scared to go out there and give it a shot. It is what it is. Boy, I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun though. So anyway, folks, I just wanted to share that with you. And thank you so much for watching my channel. There's a bunch of new subscribers that showed up since I posted that little clip of us playing the Sissy Strut last night. Amazing. And thank you for joining. Welcome aboard, folks. It's a great crowd on this channel, I must say. This is the best community as far as I'm concerned on YouTube, as far as what I do and as far as guitarists and stuff putting videos on. So again, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okie doke.